This bed sheet's been through more than I'll ever know, but now it's going to be turned into sweatpants. It's 100% cotton, thrifted it for $3. Bed sheets are really good. You get a lot of fabric for cheap. It's a pretty crazy pattern. Most people would just go right past it. I think it'll be pretty cool sweatpants. Something you won't see in stores really, but let's get to it. Pull our table out. What we're going to do here, we're going to fold it once. So we got our pattern here. I thrifted it for 50 cents. It's a Simplicity 1605 men. It's nothing special. It's just pretty beat up. And I also cut it a bit too short, so we gotta add an extra like 5 inches to it. Get our pattern weight. Now we cut the pattern. And there's our front. Set that inside on the ground. Hold this nice and flat. And there's our back. Now we'll get some pockets. So we'll fold it again for our pockets here. We're gonna measure about 6.5 inches here. That's our pocket opening. We'll angle down. There we go. Pockets. Money. We're gonna do a different way of my pockets. Usually I sew the pockets on right away to the panels. So I just laid my back right down, face side up. We'll get our front right here and lay this right side down. Now that we got this edge all lined up, we're just gonna pin it. We're gonna do the exact same for the other and then we'll sew it up. We have some charcoal loaded in top and bottom. I really like the color. You can really pick whatever you like. So what I'm gonna do here, we're just gonna do a straight stitch down this whole line. You always want to do that back stitch there, or you can tie them together, but the back stitch allows for the actual stitch not to come apart. It secures it in there. We're only doing a straight stitch now because then we'll add our pockets to this seam. So we got our panels sewn together. So now we're gonna add our pockets. So I'll catch you at the machine. Then I'll sew down this way. So now that we got both pockets, we're gonna fold this back. I'm gonna trim up this hem and then I'll overlock it. Then we'll get both sides put together. Overlocking is done. I really need to learn my serger, but looks good. So now we got both panels overlocked, and now everyone's favorite part, we gotta press these seams, then we'll get these two attached. Now that we got those pressed, we're gonna lay this right side up, then we'll get the other one and lay this right side down. We're gonna pin up the front area here, and then we'll pin up the back. There we go, all pinned up. Now we're gonna sew, trim it, and then we'll overlock. Remember that back stitch. There we go. Now we overlock. So both sides are done. If you don't have an overlock stitch, you can just use a regular zigzag. It'll work just as good. Now I'm gonna press these seams, and then we'll work on the inner. So we got these pressed. Now we gotta work on the inner thigh. Now we'll sew this up. Money. We'll trim this, overlock, and then we'll start working on the waistband. So we got the seams pressed. It's looking good. I got it right side out right now. Now we gotta work on the waistband. We'll measure this out quick. Do 29. Just some basic elastic I got from Walmart. Now let's sew this waistband. Place this on top. I'm gonna use my right hand and pull at this elastic. Then I'll use my left hand to pull it through. We're gonna pull this so it bunches up in the material, which adds that stretch. You can pull it as much as you want to make it as stretchy or as loose as you want. Then you just keep pulling this fabric towards you. So we have our first stitch of our waistband done, nice and stretchy. Now what we'll do, we'll fold it over, make sure it's nice and tight at the top here, and then we'll sew this again, then we'll fold it over one more time and sew that, and then we'll have our waistband. You can fold it twice right away, but I just prefer to do it individually. Probably should have changed needle. I still have a 7511 in there, which is more for well, it is for cotton and stuff, but it's definitely a couple layers here. Maybe could have done like a 9014, just upgraded one, a little heavier cotton. Waistband is completed. Here's the inside. Now we gotta work on these hems. I think we're gonna do elastic. I think it'll look pretty cool. I have this already cut. We're gonna cut this in half, and this will be our elastic hems. We're gonna do the same as the waistband. A little stretchy. Then we'll fold this over, fold it again, and then our hems will be done. I was wondering why none of this was sewn. Empty bobbin. Bobbin winder on here don't work, so shout out one of my subscribers, Barb. She sent me this and a bunch of other notions. Oh. Get these trimmed and should have some sweatpants. Nice little stretch there. Let's try them on. So here's the pants, front, back. Let's try them on now. There we go. Pockets nice and deep, fully functional, baggy. Like the length. The waistband is nice. Could add a drawstring or a back pocket. I like these. What do you think? Would you wear these? If you're still here, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Check if you're subscribed. And I'll see you in the next one.